So the World Cup is coming up. Let's take a look at every country's best player. Russia, Igor Akinfeev. He seems to be around forever, but he never did get his big move. Igor Akinfeev had been at CSKA Moscow his entire career, and Arsenal are going to have to find a way past him in the next round if they want to win the Europa League. The 31-year-old is Russia's captain, has 103 caps, he's their best player. Germany, Toni Kroos. Looking at the German national team and trying to choose their best player is a bit like looking at a Christmas selection box and asking everyone to choose their favourite chocolate. Everyone has a different answer, and there's always going to be that one weirdo who says bounty. I'll go for Toni Kroos, one of the greatest midfielders in the game and excelling at Real Madrid. Standout. Poland, Robert Lewandowski. I mean, who else am I going to pick? Fabianski? Robert Lewandowski is head and shoulders above his Polish comrades. One of the best players his homeland has produced in decades. 51 goals in 91 caps, 142 in 183 games for Bayern Munich. Arguably the deadliest centre forward on the planet. Brazil, Neymar. The golden boy of Brazil. A lot of pressure has to be resting on Neymar's shoulders, but for a man like him, I'd say he relishes it. Sure, didn't he leave Barcelona to become the main man? The third best player in the world, he's already the fourth highest goal scorer for his country. Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo. It was a tough choice between Ronaldo and Nani, but I think Ronaldo might just edge it. Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo is his country's talisman. He's the best player his country has ever produced, and that is saying something. Argentina, Lionel Messi. Now, don't get me wrong, Argentina have a squad brimming with world-class talent, but Lionel Messi is clearly their best player, and I refuse to justify why. Sweden, Emil Forsberg. So no more Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who has been Sweden's best player for the past 15 years or so. Let's go for Emil Forsberg. A bit of a call from left field, but the Swedish winger has been showing some decent stuff for RB Leipzig lately, and has 5 goals in his last 20 games for Sweden. It's tough though, I know a price tag might hint at Victor Lindelof, but no thank you. Uruguay, Luis Suarez. Tough one, Edinson Cavani has been absolutely deadly for Uruguay, as evidenced by 10 goals in 18 South American qualifiers, but Luis Suarez is arguably the best number 9 in world football. All eyes will be on him, he usually does something mental at a World Cup. Costa Rica, Keylor Navas. Shame Paulo Wanchope doesn't play for Costa Rica anymore, what a character. Instead is Keylor Navas, a man who seems to have forced a career for himself at the Bernabeu, despite Real Madrid desperately trying to sign David De Gea every 5 minutes. Discovered at the last World Cup, he's done pretty well for himself at the Spanish capital, considering he was initially just bought to keep the bench warm. England, Harry Kane. Harry Kane is probably England's only true world-class talent they have at their disposal. Considering about 10 years ago they had a squad packed with world beaters and Sean Wright-Phillips, perhaps this is a warning sign. Japan, Shinji Kagawa. Aside from that little ill-fated spell at Manchester United when Shinji Kagawa was caught up in the transition from Fergie to David Moyes, the Japanese playmaker has been a Borussia Dortmund since 2010. A slightly inconsistent performer, he's back on song for Dortmund this season. This man is Japan's most naturally gifted footballer and will be looking to stamp his authority on the World Cup in the same way Kazuki Honda did 8 years ago. Croatia, Luka Modric. Luka Modric is without a doubt one of the greatest midfielders in world football. His range of passing is exquisite. Can you believe Real Madrid fans voted him the worst signing of the year when he first arrived? Nigeria, John Obi Mikel. Still John Obi Mikel kicking about, despite seeing out the remainder of his days in China. Well, until he gets bored of sacrificing actual competition for a fatter bank account, I suppose. 82 caps for his country, the Nigeria captain provides experience. South Korea, Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min, one of the most underrated wingers in world football right now. He has 20 goals and 61 caps for South Korea and already has 18 goals this season for Tottenham. Top player. Mexico, Andres Guardado. Andres Guardado is a 31-year-old winger currently playing for Real Betis. He's not flash, rarely gets a goal, but the former Valencia man hoovers up caps like a washing machine. 142 of them for Mexico. Colombia, James Rodriguez. Alright, so this was tough. James Rodriguez or Falcao. For Falcao, he'll be raring to go after missing the last World Cup through injury, but you can't look beyond Rodriguez. Although the Bayern Munich man might have wished for his career to have progressed a little further in the last 4 years. Iceland, Gylfi Sigurdsson. When Gylfi Sigurdsson links up with his Iceland teammates in international duty, it's like dumping a silver penny into a fountain of muddy rocks. Yes, he's not worth £45 million or whatever ridiculous fee Everton paid for him, but the B-Tech version of Christian Eriksen is still a fine player. Peru, Jefferson Farfan. Yeah, I bet this is a name you haven't thought about in a while, but Jefferson Farfan is actually on form this season. 12 goals in 23 games for Lokomotiv Moscow. I go as far as to say he's probably the most dangerous Peruvian footballer on the planet right now. Belgium, Kevin De Bruyne. It seems strange that Eden Hazard is not his country's best player, and especially a nation like Belgium. I don't know what they started feeding them in the 90s, but this crop of talent is incredible, and Kevin De Bruyne is at the heart of it. I don't know what Chelsea were doing ever letting him go, but he is the standout player in the Premier League and is key to Belgium's chances. Spain, David Silva. David Silva and Andres Iniesta. It's a tough one. They're both supremely talented midfielders. They're two of the most accurate passers in world football. They both waved goodbye to their hairlines some time ago. I'm gonna go for the Man City midfielder purely for the outstanding season he's having. Denmark or Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen still gives me, and every other Irishman who's forced to watch that playoff, nightmares. There was no whinging about handballs when he battered a hat-trick past us in Dublin. Denmark's shining light in midfield. The Tottenham man is arguably one of the world's most underrated midfielders. Tunisia, Wabi Kazri. Yeah, Tunisia aren't exactly exactly a threat if a Sunderland reject is the best player now, are they? The 27-year-old Ren Wideman could be playing at the World Cup and be contracted to a League One club. Pray for Wabi. What a great name. France, Antoine Griezmann. A tough choice considering France are overloaded with talent at the minute. Seriously, where did they all come from? But I'll go for Antoine Griezmann, a man who, if this tournament goes well, could be the most in-demand footballer in the transfer market. Egypt, Mohamed Salah. Seriously, Chelsea, you must be pulling your hair out of the minute. I suppose nobody could have foreseen how good this man was going to become, but he's getting ridiculous at this stage. He has 36 goals in 40 games for Liverpool. This is uncharted territory. This is even better than Luis Suarez. Already he has 32 goals in 56 games for Egypt. Senegal, Sadio Mane. Senegal have a few good players, although considering they're still calling up Henry Saivet, don't bet on them reaching the final just yet. Liverpool forward Sadio Mane is clearly the best player with 14 goals and 50 caps. Australia, Aaron Moy. Australia's best player, step forward Aaron Moy. The Huddersfield midfielder only won his first cap in 2012, but the former Man City man is full of energy, bite, and he's been a key player for town this season. Serbia, Nemanja Matic. Without a doubt, Nemanja Matic stands tall as the best Serbian footballer on the planet. What were Chelsea doing getting rid of that man for Bakayoko last summer? The Man United midfielder is robust, a ball winner, and a great passer too. Switzerland, Xherdan Shaqiri. The Switzerland coach is probably begging Xherdan Shaqiri to push for a move away from Stoke City. He can't be having his nation's most talented footballer risking his ankles at Scunthorpe and Shrewsbury away next season. The former Bayern Munich winger has scored 20 goals for his country, including a hat-trick at the last World Cup. Iran, Saudi Osmoon. You might not think there are too many Iranian footballers to be afraid of. You'd be wrong. Yes, Saudi Osmoon might be a relative nobody at the club level. 1 goal in 22 games for Rubin Kazan this season. You call yourself a striker. But at international level, 22 goals in 30 games. The 23-year-old is pretty lethal. Panama, Gabriel Gomez. Lads, take your pick. I might as well just close my eyes and point to a player at random. Let's just say Gabriel Gomez. 12 goals, 140 caps. The Atletico Bucaramanga midfielder is probably their best player, but listen, it's Panama. Morocco, Mehdi Benassia. Morocco's best player, look no further than Juventus centre-half Mehdi Benassia. The Moroccan captain has 53 caps for his country, many of which were alongside Manuel Costa, a man who was relegated to West Ham. Saudi Arabia, Mohamed Al Salawi. Only one winner here. Mohamed Al Salawi is a prolific goal scorer back in Saudi Arabia. On the international front, he scored 28 goals in 34 caps. Not bad. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.